Alrighty, it is Wednesday, July 9th. We finally made it to the middle of the work week. Unfortunately, the weather did not get the memo, and we have some severe storms ramping up starting tomorrow morning, leading into our weekend for Friday and Saturday. Now, before we get to that, let's go ahead and just talk about today. All right, talking about today, we are starting off not too bad today. A few storms in the southeast popping up. Now, leading into the afternoon, we do see a few more of these spontaneous thunderstorms popping up. A little bit in South Dakota and Nebraska, a little bit tracking through New Mexico, Texas, and Oklahoma. But primarily these spontaneous little pop-up thunderstorms, these summer afternoon thunderstorms, are going to be in the southeast for us as we head into tonight. All right, let's get into tomorrow morning. Now, tomorrow is kind of the jump start to the severe weather that we are going to be experiencing leading into the weekend on Friday and Saturday. Now, it kind of starts off in Iowa. Iowa, you might hear your name pop up a few times for today and for tomorrow while we look at some of these severe storms. But just know your Thursday morning is going to start off a little wet, a little windy, maybe account for extra drive time on your way to work or your commute to school. Bring an umbrella. If you're on the border of Nebraska and Iowa around Omaha and Lincoln, you might also get a little bit of this wet morning starting off on Thursday. Now, as we go into the afternoon, it continues a little bit throughout Iowa as well. Now, Thursday night into Friday morning, we start to see these lines of storms appear, right? So these squall lines could be producing some supercell storms. So we want to really keep an eye out for those storms, especially Thursday night into Friday early morning, as they start to organize and head across the central plains. Now, the Dakotas, once again, I keep mentioning you in my videos. Y'all are getting a lot of rain this summer. It's not changing anything this week. You are also going to get continuation of some of these rains. Now, some of these are going to be a little more severe in this area here. And Iowa, you're kind of the featured moment right now. You're getting a lot of rain as well as this organizes, becomes squall lines, becomes supercells, and our long tracked thunderstorms, with a lot of updraft and a lot of potential for damaging hail, increased wind gusts, and even the possibility for tornadoes. Now, my main concern is going to be in this area right here for Iowa and Nebraska for the chances for tornadoes as we look through this severe weather. Now, let's continue on as we look through Friday. So here's Friday morning. We're going to go through the day, kind of have some pop-up storms here and there. Nothing too crazy. Now we get into the afternoon and we do see that some of these storms pop back up, right? They start to gain intensity and they're going to start tracking that way towards the east for us. Now, we do want to stay weather aware with these. Once again, I know I'm going to say it a lot, but Iowa, you're kind of in the line of fire again on Friday night leading into Saturday morning. Now let's continue on into Saturday. So Saturday, this is Saturday morning. It's kind of a quiet start to the morning, except unless you're in Canada. It's a quieter start to the morning, but as the afternoon goes on, we actually see these storms start to organize and head towards the East Coast and the Southeast. So now we have this squall line right here that is going to be tracking to the east for Saturday night into Sunday. Like I said, y'all, we have a pretty active weekend across the Central Plains, the Upper Midwest, the Southeast, heading into the East Coast. Now, it's going to push up past the East Coast into Canada. Canada's going to get most of the remnants of that low pressure system pushing through. The rest of Sunday seems to be easy, mostly just normal pop-up thunderstorms throughout. But once again, Iowa, you are my main concern for Thursday and Friday, especially for the potential for damaging winds, large diameter hail, and even the chance for some isolated tornadoes as well. Now, this is the model analysis for supercell formation. Basically, it's just giving us the possibility of the formation of a supercell storm. Now, supercells are thunderstorms that are long-lived, long-tracked, and have a strong updraft. So these storms are going to stay together, travel long distances, and they'll have the potential of damaging winds, large diameter hail, and even the formation of tornadoes isolated as well. Now, let's look into tomorrow morning. You know what I'm going to say, Iowa. You're my friend today. We see a little bit for Thursday morning for Iowa there. Now, as we go into the afternoon, it actually increases on the border of Nebraska and Iowa. I personally believe this should be moved over more towards central Iowa, heading towards the east. But for the sake of this model, it is saying that it's the potential in Nebraska, a little bit of South Dakota, a little bit of Missouri, and Iowa as well. Now, no two models are 100% accurate or the same. So that is what you have meteorologists for. We are here to interpret and kind of share what we believe. Now, let's continue on into Thursday night and Friday morning. Here is Friday morning. Friday morning, not too much. Now, we do remember we had a little bit of chances of severe thunderstorms in this area in Illinois and once again, Iowa. You're our best friend today, I promise. And as we go into Friday afternoon, it goes more into Illinois, more into Kansas and Oklahoma and Missouri. Now, I do want to point out on Friday night into Saturday morning, do you remember when I mentioned about the squall lines? Well, this right here is the squall lines. So we do have the potential right here and right here for supercell development in these squall lines. So these are pockets we definitely want to keep an eye out Friday night leading into Saturday morning. Now, the closer we get to that, tomorrow we'll probably have better analysis data, but for the moment, those are our pockets we need to pay attention to, right? It could increase and it could decrease. So I will update you as well as we go into the next video for tomorrow. But for now, these are our spots to be looking out for on Friday night into Saturday. I do believe it is important to note that the SPC, the Storm Prediction Center, has a slight risk for Thursday for Nebraska and South Dakota and Iowa and Kansas. Now, they are still continually analyzing this today. And as they give updates, I will be posting on my other social medias. Now, I'll be posting on Facebook, Twitter, or X now, Instagram, and I'll probably put a post on YouTube as well. But mainly my other social media websites, I will be giving updates, active updates, something that's quick and not like a whole video for the chance and probability the SPC has for Iowa and Nebraska and this whole region in the Central Plains for hail damage, wind, and the possibility of tornadoes. So keep an eye out. Follow me on all social media platforms. I'm Front Porch Forecast. I do have all the links to those social medias in my description below for this video. Okay, let's go ahead and recap what we talked about today. We have some severe weather starting out on Thursday in the Central Plains, Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa. I know we talked about you a lot. I promise I don't hate you. You are just the central state for most of these severe storms that are pushing through the area for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Now, those storm systems are going to take a linear approach and become a squall line and move eastward. We are going to keep track of that. We are going to keep a close eye on that. SPC is going to keep us updated on our probability chance for severe hail and wind and tornado possibility with these superstorms that are forming. Now, if you enjoyed the forecast, enjoyed the content, be sure to like and subscribe. You can hit the little bell notification to get notified as soon as our next forecast video drops. And go ahead and look into the description, follow all my social media accounts, and you can get real-time updates to the SPC and all the outlooks that I will be posting as well. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and see you next forecast.